In this video, we're going to continue to create a test and look at some different formatting options that you might want to use. We're going to go to our drive to find the test that we started. I'm going to go to the Google Apps waffle, choose Drive. Now I have some quick access, or I had saved my test in Math Tests, and I'm just simply going to double click on it to bring it up. So I started to write some things here. First thing we're going to talk about is bullets. Now the bullets are up here and the different types you can have. What I'm going to do is put my cursor in front of this word and go up and hit the bullet sign. And again in front of clearly and hit bullets again. If I wanted to keep going, I would just have to press return and it will give me the next bullet and I could write the next thing down. If we just want to leave the directions like that, but we want to continue writing multiple choice questions, so for instance for this question with number 1, if I press return after this, it automatically thinks I'm on number 2. So I'm going to press return a second time and press tab, and I want to start a new bullet again. So I'm going to hit a bullet, and it did choose the one that I wanted. It was the empty circle because I want them to shade. If it wasn't the correct bullet that we wanted, we simply would just click on it and we can see that it highlights the bullets and you can choose whichever type of bullet you like. So I would have wanted to create or use the bullet that has the empty circle for shading purposes for the multiple choice. It would also let you just do A, B, C, D. It would actually guess what you're looking for. So let's say there's that question. Done. If I do it again, it's going to give me the next circle, but I don't want it. So when I press return the second time, it goes right into question number 2. Okay, so let's say the next thing that we want to do maybe is to insert a table. When you want to insert a table, you just hover over the size you want it. So let's say I just want something with 2 columns and 4 rows. I just have to click that and it will give it to me. What I can do is go to the edge of it. I can click on it and drag the size in if I like. Drag the size in. I might just say I want to call this X and Y for this table. I might want to have these letters directly in the middle of the column, so I would click next to it, and I can go up to this icon, the align icon, and press center. And again, press center with the align icon, and you can continue that for the rest of the things that you're filling in. You can also insert a drawing into your test or document. You might want to do a new drawing, or you might want to do one from your drive. So let's say if I said new drawing, it's going to take us to our Google Draw. So you could create something right here within the test. Let's say you wanted to, you can do different lines, different shapes. You can add text or you can search for an image. I'm going to click on shapes and maybe choose a circle. And I'm just going to make the circle whatever size I would need. And if I wanted to add a line to it, say if I wanted to put a radius in, I could select the line and very carefully, let's say a diameter instead, go across. I'm going to just do a back. Let's say I now want to add a text box somewhere. Now you'll notice the text box looks really big. It's gone off of the edge. When you have the cross on the diagram, you can pull over. Once you get to the edge, if you just get the straight arrow, you can make things smaller. Just moving around, I'm making things smaller. So to move the box, you always need that X. And to make it smaller, you just want the small arrows at the side. And let's say in here I want double click and I might say D equals 10 centimeters. Oh, not big enough, so I'm just going to pull it a little bit bigger. There we go. To move it around again, you want to see the full cross to move it. Put it on. So there's my diagram. I can say save and close, and it will drop the diagram in. Now you'll notice the number 3 dropped down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the diagram and write break text, and then I get to move the diagram wherever I want. I'm pulling it down here a little bit, or pull it over here, whichever, and you can still continue to write your question in beside it. The last thing I want to show you is inserting an image. You can upload something that you saved to your computer, but or in your drive or your photos. But one thing you can do is search the web directly from your dock. Search the web. Let's say I look for a cylinder. Which I should spell correctly. So if I look for a cylinder, so there's might be a nice image right there. Any of the diagrams that you see, I can click on it and press insert, and it will automatically draw that in. Now that just came really big when I did it. I'm going to click on the diagram. If I want to make it smaller uniformly, I'm going to choose a corner and click and drag it in. Click and drag it in to make it the right size. And again, I can click on it and say break text so that I have more control over moving it where I want it to be.